Dove Network welcomes you to the following presentation of Double Dropkick Podcast.
That's right. It's Saturday night, and we are live, coming to you through the power of your internet. Welcome in, everybody. I hope you are having a great weekend, a spectacular weekend. DDK Saturday night, kicking it off right here on the DAV Network. We got some great announcements the second half of the show. You're going to want to stick around from that. Some major channel announcements that we're so very excited to bring you, to expand on, to push forward. We're doing it all about positivity. This show is all about you, the belt hobby, and everybody in it, from creators to contents to podcasts to collectors to social media influencers, everybody all across the board, including one tonight who is a spectacular designer. Craig Tooke with Hellfire Designs right here live on Double Dropkick Podcast. Are you ready to go? If you are, you got to throw up those DDKs in the chat. Tonight's going to be a great one. We'll also get into some great things with a funny figure release. It's kind of wild. We'll also get into some scamming news as well. We'll have picture of the week, and we'll also have some news on the video game and stuff that we had last week. We'll get into that. We're going to talk a little bit about Saturday night's main event that follows this show at 8 p.m. So that's why we're a little early. But the main reason why we're early tonight is our guest is right here live with us tonight and joining us very late over there in the UK. So we're so appreciative for him taking the time out to come and be a part of us on the show. And we're thankful for that. I want to make sure everybody gets in and does their thing as we have fun right here on Double Dropkick Podcast. As you guys know, I'm KEV Kev. And as always, I want to welcome my co-host, my friend, who I talk with every single day, a great man, a great guy. I don't care whatever anybody ever wants to say. He's a good friend of mine, and he's a great guy in the hobby. Loves to collect, been a collector for a long, long time, and expanding out. We'll have some news about his stuff soon. But please welcome my co-host to the show, Ethan Thompson. Listen to the love for you tonight, buddy.
Right? And I was just coming on the show I brought proof that I do have a heart. This will be coming in a review. So
let's get that. Let's get that on the main screen. Let's show what that's all about.
We'll talk about this later, but this is coming on the reviews. doing some reviews. Got Tony Stark's arc reaction. Proof I have a heart.
There you go. You've always had a heart, my man. You're just like any alpha male. You push that button. Don't expect the other one not to get set off by it. But we welcome everybody in tonight. How's your week been, man? How's your weekend?
Long, but weekend's going good. Me and the kid got a dinner date tonight. We're gonna go get some Chinese food and hang out. Have a good night.
Sounds good. Sounds good. We got some great channel announcements that we're gonna have the second half. A couple of big ones. I'm so excited. As you know, we have worked very, very hard to build this and to build what we're doing. And so there's some great things that are coming from that. As everybody knows, it's just great. But Ethan, you got to let the folks know what they got to do, man.
You got to hit that like button. You got to share and you got to subscribe, because that's what keeps us going and keeps the good times rolling and the good vibes just here.
Absolutely. We'll have an announcement about these guys later. But Spanning the Globe podcast, you want to make sure you check out them every Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. Mark, Andy, Ben, and Richard, they do a wonderful job over there. Spanning the Globe podcast, they are broadening the horizons. They do a wonderful job for the past couple of years. Help them get to 500 subscribers so that they can give away a winged eagle on American leather. You'll want to get that. But even though you subscribe, you're going to lose, because I'm going to make sure he rigs it, $20 underneath the door, and I'm going to make sure we win that. So you got to check him out too. But also you got to check him out. He is a leather guy. He re-leathers a lot of belts. He is one of the top guys. Even Hazard F5 have said, man, you do some of the best lacing work I've seen in the industry. I think he's one of the best leather guys in the industry. But he has some openings right now. If you're looking to get some leather work done, check out Mark Championship Leather on his YouTube page. Contact him that way, or just hit him up on Messenger on Facebook, Mark Maggard. And if you mention it that you saw it on DDK, you're going to get 10% off on your re-leather job. So take care of him and check him out. He is a great guy as well. And the last thing we want to tell you, you got to check out C4 Authentic Belts, the only one partnered with Crumrine. They are the only one making the Crumrine belt exactly the way the original was in 1986, with the exact same silversmith family, the Ortiz family, helping in with it, and Crumrine. They are officially partnered with Crumrine. It's the C4 Ortiz Crumrine Big Gold, and they also have the cast pieces now. The wrestlers and the stone holders are cast from the original, given to them by Crumrine. You've got to check it out. I have it here behind me. It is the most unbelievable belt I have ever seen in my life. And that comes from owning some Reggies and a guy who I used to say Leather Rebels made an absolute spectacular belt, even though he's no longer making stuff. But it's one of the most beautiful belts, how it's done, how it's hand carved by a silversmith. It takes your breath away. You got to check out C4 Authentic Belts over on their Facebook page. And for all your info and ordering and to contact Colin, all you got to do is go to c4authenticbelts.com and check him out. C4 Authentic Belts, taking you back to like it's 1986. And Ethan, you've got to let people know where to find us. How can they find us?
You can go to Instagram, scrolling through the reels, go check out us at Double Dropkick Podcast. And, that's Instagram. You got to go to X. X has got a lot of things. Hit up DDK Podcast on X. And finally on Facebook, if you hit us up at Double Dropkick Podcast, you can enter your picture for a chance to win Picture of the Week. Yeah. Whatever you want.
We spared no expense in getting our guest over here. He has arrived. We had to fly him all the way over here to the States, so he has arrived on the helicopter. So we will get him in the makeup room and get him over here in just a little bit to talk about all that is great with what he does, all of his designs. It's so very cool and fun. So we're going to get him up. The limo has just pulled up with him in it. We're going to get him inside, get him all hooked up. He is at the DDK bar. Has everybody else made sure that they have got their drink at the DDK bar and rocking out? The true chats. God, I can't talk up with y'all, man. 77. What are y'all doing to me tonight? Richard Ward, we'll say hello to everybody real quick while we wait just a couple minutes. DDK Saturday night. That's right. What's up? Christopher Rains, who just got him some new books. How you doing? Hello, Lisa. Yes. Hernandez restoning. DDK time. That's right, buddy. All your Hernandez and stoning needs, just hit him up. Christopher Rains always saying hello to everybody. Deuce Legends, check out his. That is talcum powder. I mean, talmage, not talcum powder. That's my little nickname for him. Little talcum powder on there. You know, it just. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. Check him out. He's got a great review page. He does a lot of great things over there. And we appreciate him and everybody that supports the show. Mark Maggard, how you doing? It is DDK Saturday night. Stinky Leather Mark. That's right. That's right. Wrestling Bonkers. Welcome in, buddy. Platinum Swords. There he is.
Platinum.
He must have a yellow person there with him, a black person there, a Native American person, a white, and an albino all in there with him. Or is that making me Mickey Mouse's hand?
That's just the multiverse, Platinum.
Keith, how you doing? Finally something entertaining because AEW hasn't been. When has it been? I can't. Please, AEW, please do something. You're killing us here with your stuff. It's like Tony Storm is just carrying you, but I wish she'd leave some of the vulgarity out of her stuff. She's always talking about women, female parts and doing something to it. You're right there, Keith. DJ, yes, condolences to Ricky Morton. As you know, he lost two brothers. He lost an earlier brother not even a few days ago, maybe 5 or 6 days ago, and now he lost his other brother yesterday or earlier today. And our thoughts and prayers are with him. As you know, this show is named after the Rock and Roll Express finisher, the double drop kick. And our condolences go out to the Morton family. May the God of comfort be with you. And please say a prayer for them. And Ricky Morton is a great, humble, and great guy. So make sure you subscribe to all of his stuff. When he comes around, support him, buy an autograph from him, buy a whatever you got to do. These are the guys that didn't make millions. They set it up for the guys that made millions later on. So condolences to them and support him and say a prayer to him. Absolutely. Right, Ethan?
100%, because losing a sibling is rough. One, let alone losing two, and oh my God, I can imagine.
Yeah, Tyler Dove, how you doing? I lost my brother in July, and then my sister died that following February. So I know it can be crushing. CJ, how you doing there, buddy? Welcome in, man. Hope you're doing good. And I wanted to say a good guy in the hobby. And go check out his page. Please drop it in there. It's Northern Michigan Wrestling Society. Go check out that page. He's a great dude.
I wouldn't go that far about CJ. He was promised me some feet pictures that haven't came through yet. So we'll go back to it. I'll see if they're in the mail.
Hey, Daniel T. How's it going, buddy? Good to see you, man. Welcome into the program. That picture of the Mars rover, I like it. Killer.
I do
Pretty
too.
Cool. Beautiful feeling. Yes, it is. Beautiful feeling. Beautiful feeling. Everybody's saying hello into the background. It's good to see all of you. We want to thank so many of you that has put this channel over 4,000 subs. We thank you so very much for all that you do in supporting this program. And because of that, we're going to be soon announcing we've got everything set up. So it is coming in August. Should be the first weekend in August. We're going to set up that giveaway to give away a bunch of new stuff to celebrate hitting over 4,000 subs. It was actually our 3,000 sub giveaway, but you guys just kept going. So we're so appreciative of you to that tonight for all that you guys do. DDK rocks, and we love you so very much because this show is for you about the belt hobby and helping you all with it. So Max, what's going on there, buddy? Good to see you. Another great maker in the game, does a lot of great stuff, and a good guy, and then actually a belt maker who's also a collector. He also is a collector. How you doing, Mendoza? Everybody say a prayer for him. He's going through a difficult time with his family. And that goes without saying. When you meet somebody and you're ill or you're upset and I'm going through this, remember, everybody you meet through life every day, whether the supermarket, just the checkout girl, everybody is going through something. Remember that before you be mean to them or angry to them. Yes, to Dustin, the new TNT champ. Stone Cold. About time you got in here. How you doing?
Right.
Good to see you. Good to see you. O'Keefe, Leather O'Keefe with his new logo. How you doing? That's right. Throw up them DDKs. Chris Stratton in the house. How you doing there, buddy? Everybody's in here.
Chris.
Jim, good to see you, buddy.
Jim.
Hope everybody's doing well. I want to bring on our guest, but before we do, I want to let a lot of people know about exactly what this guy does and how many awesome things that he does. So let's just welcome here Greg from Hellfire Designs. This is just a little bit of some of the stuff that he does. Check this out.
Let's go!
gentlemen, welcome from Hellfire Designs, all the way from a hot United Kingdom. Craig Tooke, welcome in, buddy. How you doing, man? Good to see ya.
Yeah, sweating at the moment. That's mainly about it.
Yes, we were talking about before he came on. UK does not usually get temperatures in the 80s. That's a heat wave for them. It's something
Really?
not to make fun of. Yeah, so guys in the chat, don't make fun of that. You know, us here in the South, we laugh at those Californians who are like, "Oh, it's 115 here, dry heat," who have never breathed in a day humidity and doesn't know what humidity is. Because if Ethan was to come to North Carolina one day and breathe in that humidity, he'd be passed out in 2 seconds. If people don't understand,
It's 110 here today.
yeah, well, it was 97 here today. With the heat index makes it feel like 116, but that 116 is not a dry heat. It's the humidity. When that humidity gets up there, it feels like you're breathing in a hot. You can't breathe. And Tyler Dove in the comment can let you know humidity will cut you down. But I know when Greg came on, Greg sat down like this. This is what he did. He came on. He goes, I can't do a Brit voice. So I'll do a country voice. Dang, man, it's harder than firecrackers on the 4th of July, boys. I mean, he was hot. He was hot. How long is it going to last for you guys up there?
Too long.
Too long.
It's been going about a week or two. It's still going to be another week or two, I'd imagine.
Right. That's not good for you guys to have that over there, because a lot of places don't even have ACs in their main buildings. Is that true? Because it doesn't.
Well, historically, England is a very cold country,
right?
So houses and buildings are all well insulated. The problem is that keeps all the heat in the summer, and then that gets very, very hot.
Oh, Richard Ward kept this little secret from me. Richard Ward said you did some work for him on a wrestling promo, EFED World Championship. Oh, do you remember that? Because nobody knows Richard Ward anyway. Everybody goes, "Who's Richard Ward?" But he said you did some great work for him. That's a great shout out. Turnquist, Hellfire is talented. Happy he's on. Thank you. We appreciate that. He's we're appreciative. I wanted to get him on for a very long time and trying to work out some things. And Craig took on a new dancing in an all male strip club, so we were having to work around that schedule. He's getting ready to work.
That full Monty.
Yeah, so he's gonna do that, and after we are across many platforms tonight. I don't know if I hit the one for us to be in. I don't know. Nope, I didn't hit us accidentally live on Twitch, so maybe everybody's over here from Twitch watching. But welcome into you guys watching tonight. Matt says Hellfire is one hell of an artist. I have many belts with the designs made by him. Oh, I didn't know you two worked together.
I don't think there's many like reputable belt makers that I haven't done some sort of work with.
Right. He's a really cool guy, wouldn't you say? I mean, there's not too many belt makers that are actual people that collect, and he actually collects, and that's what's so awesome. Is that he does a lot of collecting. Hello, Vinny from Ohio. How you doing there, buddy? So, Craig, tell us. You look like you're a guy in your mid 90s. So you go back to watching. You feel so. Can we ask how old are you?
What's the time? At the moment, I'm 36. In about 40 minutes, I'm 37.
No way!
Is this the first birthday DDK podcast we're having?
Yeah, it just happens to fall on it.
Hey, chat, keep us advised to when that 40 minutes is up. We gotta sing happy birthday.
There you go. He is. So you grew up in a little bit after some of our eras. Tell us what got you into wrestling. What era did you grow up in, and what got you into wrestling?
So I was never much of a fan of wrestling when I was younger. It was probably around early teens or so when I actually started sort of paying attention to wrestling. My earliest memory of it, probably, I know it was Mankind and The Rock. I don't know who they were against. It was a tag match on a SmackDown. that's as much as my memory of it will go back to. It would have been a long time ago.
That's when you got into to wrestling. And what who was your favorite wrestler growing up?
It was probably like the Hardys, that sort of thing. I wasn't so much of like The Rock, Stone Cold, Triple H, yeah, probably the Hardys.
The Hardy Boys. What made you get into the Hardy Boys? What was it about the Hardy Boys? Was it the rock? Are you into that type of music? Was it the punk?
I'm definitely I wouldn't use the term metalhead because but it's definitely heavier music I listen to.
Okay, well, you probably like some of the intro music that we had. Kevin's not lying. It's been hot as balls here in North Carolina. Yes, Justin, it has been. It has been. And storms are firing up. I can hear it thundering all day. Hopefully, no power goes out and we don't lose. We don't have to fly him home and then fly him all the way back over here to the States. What was the helicopter flight over here to the United States? Was it all good? Everything was good on it? Those.
You know what? I've never been on a helicopter.
You've never been on a helicopter. So it was the first time that you were on a helicopter. 15-day old peanuts is not bad.
I've only flown one. Well, technically there and back. And that was last December. That was the first time I actually took a flight.
Okay.
First time out of the country.
Awesome. So when did you start having the belt itch as a kid? And when did that, did it immediately come when you saw these guys looking and seeing the belts? Did you immediately get that belt itch?
I can remember making cardboard belts when I was in my teens. I think pretty much any wrestling fan did. Then it sort of progressed from there into, I don't want to say serious designs at that point, but for other people.
I got you. Is there a fan on you, my producer?
Yeah, there is. There's one on me, if that's annoying.
Okay. Nope. I think I can try to turn it down in the background right now. My producer was making sure it wasn't mine. No, you're fine. You do whatever you can. If people don't like it, then they'll just have to deal with it. Just want to make sure it wasn't.
You're roasting.
Yeah, I'm not going shirtless. So it's
Hey, free ball it if you have to. Don't.
There's very big windows just over there, so it's probably not wise.
Free ball it. Just don't stand up because I don't want everybody to see you. Yeah, we don't want that. We don't want that. Mark
it's almost his birthday suit. Birthday.
Yeah.
Tyler Dove will get too excited. Yeah. So you started noticing the belts and getting. What was the first one you said you noticed that caught your eye?
I think the first proper belt that I really liked would have been the Undisputed, like the original Undisputed, not the one they have now. The first major belt I would have noticed would have been the Big Eagle. I didn't really watch much of it when it was the Winged Eagle, but the first belt I was really drawn to is the Undisputed.
Okay. And then what was the first belt that you collected?
It was probably the version 2, Undisputed, actually.
Okay. And where did you get it from?
I got that and the commemorative spinner from... It came from the States, to be fair. Is it Ringside Collectibles? I think it might have been.
Did Ringside Collectibles did they do? Was it me? I know Figs. I know W Shop. I don't know who. I don't know. Did Ringside Collectibles ever sell belts?
I think that it might have been them. It was. This was quite a few years ago.
But that was your first belt that you collected.
Yeah.
You got? Yeah. And do you still have it?
Nope.
Oh.
that went a long time ago.
So what are you in collecting today? Now, do you still collect as a belt collector, or does it get so much as to what I'm seeing it and designing so much that I just don't really have time to collecting, or do you still collect today?
The only belts that I want to have are ones that I've designed. So I've got an international here. I've got TNA World, Knockouts, and X Division as well, but they're in storage at the moment.
Awesome. So you're going along. You liked belts. I'm assuming you probably studied some type of graphic design as you got older, or you got into computers and that. How did it lead you getting to be in such good graphic design? Did that start first before you started Hellfire Designs, or how did that all come about?
Not really, to be honest. I never had any official training with Photoshop or Illustrator or anything like that. The main reason for doing bout designs was I co-founded a small wrestling promotion in my hometown with two of my friends, and we needed a bout. So I'm the artistic one out of the group, and that fell to me. And it kind of spread out from there. Met a lot of wrestlers who also have promotions, and then did their belts as well.
So when was Hellfire Designs founded? How long ago did you start that?
2019, maybe 2018 unofficially, but then properly doing it was 2019.
Wow,
yeah,
that's
it would have been just before COVID. Yeah,
that's very impressive. And then to be able to do the things that you've done from major wrestling promotion like TNA.
Yeah,
I mean, did the Vince McMahon doo-doo thing come along with it? I mean, that's just impressive for you to be able to.
Yeah.
You didn't know it. How did that relationship get to go into where you started at such an early creator? I mean, usually somebody to take that type of leap, it would take years in the business before they would get, and I can see why they chose you so early to do some of their designs. But how did that work out that you got involved with them so quickly?
It was actually through Zebros, the person that made the TNA bouts. He contacted me, asked if I wanted to design some bouts for him. He didn't say who it was for. I was like, yeah, everyone's got money. I'm happy to do it. It's fine by me.
Amen.
And it just turned out it was for Impact at that point, because they weren't rebranding when I started the designs. That came along a few months into it.
And where did the name of Hellfire Designs, how did that come out?
Gamer tag for Xbox. It was Hex Hellfire.
Boy, yeah, I've seen some of the stuff that you do for 2K. And do you still keep designing the belts on 2K and this, that, and the other?
That's the bulk of my designs, will be that. There won't be there is still belts, designs for real belts, but the majority of it is still for people using them in the games.
And do you sell those? Is that how that works? Is it a sell thing, or you create it and they download it, or is it a Patreon to where?
So it's all commission based. So you can send me a message, tell me what you're after. They pay the design fee, and then I email them the file. Then they can upload it into the game themselves and make the bout in it themselves. So, because if I uploaded it myself, created it in the game for them to download, I would still be the owner of it, if that makes sense. Whereas they've paid for the bout, they own it in the game then that way.
Right. Do with that type of stuff, were you doing that stuff long before you did the other? I don't know when they were able to create belts in the WWE game. Did that start before?
There was years ago you could do it, but it's
Really?
I can't even remember the first game that they brought in, the image uploader. That was when you could originally do it.
Yeah, I don't understand why. I don't know if you're a sports gamer or whatever, but I don't understand why we've taken a step backwards. And there used to be a time to where you had the camera that came with the things, or you could attach a camera, or you could upload a photo of your face, and we could put our faces in it. And we've taken a step backwards to making it so hard to design some stuff. I wish they'd add a thing to where we could upload our faces like we used to. I think it was on the 360, the camera that came with it. It would take a picture of you. Yeah. Or the Kinect. Yeah. It would upload you into the game. I remember the football games that used to do that.
I think you can still do that in the current ones.
On the 2K?
I think you have to go onto a special image uploader online, but I'm pretty sure you can upload a portrait of yourself to do.
You see, I'm stupid when it comes to that kind of stuff with the WWE 2K. I just play with the guys. I play a lot of Retromania Wrestling. Have you ever heard of Retromania Wrestling? You've never heard of Retromania Wrestling? Oh, you have got to check out that game. It is a game made by Retrosoft Studios. We just had him on last week. It is a game based on the feel of the old. Remember the old, as you can see here, the WrestleFest kind of game. Yeah, it's on all across all platforms or whatever. They got a new DLC coming out that has Rock and Roll Express in it. It'll have Magnum TA in it, and now they just announced that it'll have Macho Man in the game. But they are on all platforms. But it's an unbelievable game. They got so many wrestlers. You got to check out Retromania Wrestling. I think you'll love that game. And it's got a lot of great wrestlers in it, and more to come. But if you're a wrestling gamer guy, you got to check out that. So I know you do a lot of things. I've seen some great stuff. One of my favorite designs that you did was that gold belt that you did. I think it was the open weight title. Yeah, that one that you did with Paul Martin. Paul Martin belts. I thought that was an absolute stunning design. I'm going to get him to make me that belt. I love that belt, and we'll be going through that and showing that here in a second. But let's talk about some of these designs and how you get to. And as I pull some of these up, where does the start point for you when it comes to the designing of a belt, and where do you start out from it?
It depends if it's going to be just used for in the games or if it's going to be made into a real belt. There's a bit more thought needs to go in if it's going to be a real belt in terms of the logistics of the etching. Because you can't etch down to a certain millimeter. You know, you got to make sure the lines are going to be crisp enough. Oh, it's my Instagram.
Yep, there you are, right there.
Yeah. If it's for in-game, then I need to make sure that the design will fit inside the strap that it's intended to go on. So I just have to be a bit more wary of the overall size of it.
And so, like this design here, what leads you into it's just fascinating to me that we get these belts now that have just no thought process like our Reggies or Dave or guys used to. It's so cookie cutter and crap. How is it that you start? Explain that part again. You said you start with. Does a company say we want it to be 5-plater or 3-plater, or is it the belt maker that tells you that and they're getting the info from it?
So with TNA, they were pretty flexible with what they wanted. For the X Division, for instance, it's an easy one to go with. They wanted some sort of callback to previous versions of the belt. So if you take that belt and you rotated the image 90 degrees, it's the same as a couple of versions ago. X Division, the same shape as it. I don't know who made it, unfortunately. I'm really bad with remembering names and things. Right. But I don't know if anyone realizes it's the same shape as the center plate. It's just rotated.
Oh, snap. Well, you're tricky there, aren't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And there's things like I'm pointing at my screen, but there's small X's in the border and in the background, like the filler pattern. There's X's in there as well. It's quite hard to notice it on the border on this, though.
So, Ethan, it looks like you're getting ready to ask something about the design.
No, not about this belt. It was just another belt he did. I enjoyed the design of.
There's a lot of them.
We're going to go through quite a bit of them. So how many different times? So let's say this X Division. Mm-hmm. So you're working on it. How long does it take from A to Z to design a belt? And do you go through many versions on it? Do you, like when I'm doing graphics for the show or things that put up, I'll make a graphic and then I'll look at it and then if I really, really like it, I'll sleep on it. Or even if I don't, I kind of sleep on it and look at it for a couple of days before I make my decision on something. What's your process as somebody that designs something far greater than what we do here? What's your process for like, yeah, I like it. Yeah, I don't like it.
It's more of a feeling is probably the easiest way to describe it. I mean, again, with the X Division, they wanted like the X to be very obvious in it. And straight away it was, I need it massive. I need it covering almost the whole plate. I want it overlapping outside of the edge of it. so it was easy to get like the idea from that. But each of the TNA belts, all the side plates will interlock into each of the other plates. So I made sure that all of them did it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And that's something that is done. Now that's, I don't know if you did that, if you had any inspiration from guys in the past. Like Reggie has done that on a couple of his belts, and one of the most notable was the United States NWA tag, to where that round shape fits into that main plate. It kind of locks into it, and in the side. Did that not have inspiration to you? Like certain designers, do you like, oh, I like how he did this and how did it, because you particularly, I know you like the globe use, and I'm a big fan of globes in your designs. Yeah. I'm a big fan of big borders. You love borders and banners, and you do it. And that's why I'm such a, fan, and looking at these belts is just, sorry. It just,
love when they got the pillars too on the sides, just the big pillars.
To be fair, I've only maybe in the past 6 months started using pillars more often. I don't know why. It just felt right, and it's just stuck around.
I don't know if he's going to go over the belt, but I'm a closet ICP fan, and the JCW belt is just, I love that belt. It's a phenomenal belt on the baby blue strap. I think it's down further.
I've done so many.
Yeah, keep going.
Jumping way ahead.
Yeah, it might go all the way down. There is a lot on there.
Nope, you passed it. There you go.
That's actually a white strap.
Which one?
There you go, right
that
there.
One. The American. Yeah.
The American. Okay.
Yeah, that was Hyperion Belts made that one. To be fair, they did give me the base of the design on that one. So it was more of a tidy up, make it etchable. But yeah, it's a white strap on that one.
What makes you like that, Ethan?
I just like the plate shape. I love you still got a little globe with the flag in there, so it adds it in there. I'm obviously an ICP fan. The tooling, the beveling around the main plate, it just kind of stands out. I don't know. It's one of those belts I like.
It looks modern, but it also looks like a classic belt.
And you can almost do removable side plates on those side plates if you wanted to.
Yeah.
All right. This question here, let's answer this for CJ. The HD in CNC is kind of a gimmicky little tool. When you have a maker that's trying to say this is SD CNC or HD CNC, don't believe that. That's just a gimmick to sell stuff. When you put a machine, a plate on a CNC machine, the depth is only decided by a computer number putting in there. So they can, and it should be no difference in pricing, because if you're putting a plate on there and you say, I want it 0.22 millimeters into the plate, that's the only difference. So if you got a maker saying, I'm going to charge you more for HD CNC, that's wrong. CNC, there shouldn't be any HD and SD kind of thing. It's just CNC, which means the belt is cut hand by a machine. There's no acid involved in etching. When you're talking acid etched, it'll have a design or a look to it that looks like it's chiseled out around where it's supposed to be etched. Where you're etching, it looks chiseled, or it looks like an iceberg around the edges. CNC is kind of clean all the way around and looks different. And there's a lot of different styles of what people do like or don't like. Now, some people say that there's acid etched SD. That's just another thing that you just had dirty acid in there, and it didn't come out very clean and deep. When you have very clean and new acid, it'll etch very deeply, and you'll see good rigid. It looks like an iceberg type look to it. Some of the guys I know can message you and show you some differences. I know Tyler's in there, and I know Talmadge. You can send that guy some different pictures of it, and later in the second half of the show we can explain some of that too. But we've also done a show here in the past, on our past, what everything means, what HD, what are all the meanings of that. But that's just quickly what that is. But I saw Hellfire Designs notifying the head nod too. Don't let makers try to upcharge you from SDCNC to HDCNC, because it's a machine. All he's doing is typing in a number on that machine to tell it how far down to go into the plates to create it. But that's creatively the difference. But I did want to say this belt here Reminds me of the old school belts that we had in the 60s and 70s that were the smaller plates, more of a belt buckle kind of design. That's the felt. That's the look. Was that the look that they were trying to say that they wanted to go for? Some of the. I knew it. I'm smart for a reason and stupid for others. But that was a beautiful belt that you had done. So back to the thing. So when you're making these belts and these designs for like TNA, when you get a design, are you going back and forth with the company? You know, the belt makers, I guess, just going to make the belt, right? So it's really the main communications between you and the company on the design, or how is that?
No.
Nope, it doesn't. Okay.
I dealt directly with Zebros. Zebros
Okay.
has a lot of friends in TNA. At that point, he's really good friends with Scott. I want to say is his surname Demore. I always pronounce it wrong. So there was a lot of iterations of them, different color schemes, different color globes, different colors in terms of the metal colors. There was a few.
Okay. So you start out by, and is there a back and forth? Like, yeah, I don't like that, and yes, I don't like that, and I don't like that. How long does that process usually go back and forth on what changes?
So when were they revealed? Was it 2023? I think it was 2023. All the TNA belts were revealed. They were finished about the April before it, so about 7-8 months beforehand. All the designs were done. It was probably about 6 months of backwards and forwards with different changes and sizes.
Oh,
and
wow,
things like
that long?
Yeah. Well, it's what, 6 designs?
Okay. Yeah. I get
It was fairly time consuming, and they're very, very detailed. There's the source files, so it makes everything run very, very slow.
Yeah, Deuce Legends is right here. He didn't have it was just called acid etched, and you came out with the depth. And the reason it got so that you get the depth in it is because it's very clean acid. Some belts look great CNC'd. In my opinion, some belts don't look great in CNC'd. You have to look at what you look what's better for you, what you like better. I love acid etched. But I do think there is some beautiful belts that are CNC'd, so it's just depending on your thing. But I wanted him to be clear on the differences, and y'all be honest with him that there is, a difference in it, and the difference in typing in those numbers, there shouldn't be an upcharge for saying SD CNC and HD CNC, because it's just typing in a number. It's the machine out in the barn that does the same thing. I have said for a very that ever since the designs come out for TNA that they have the best looking championship titles in there. Do you believe that as well? I know you probably do because you're the one that's designed them. But what do you think of the other companies' current belt designs? Are you kind of like me that they fall flat on some of their designs and they just look too? Let's take the corporate logo. It's just too. It's boring. It's too much of a logo.
I get it. I get why WWE's belts all look like toys, because they're made to be merch. They want people to buy all the replicas. I get that. But it doesn't feel worth something to me, if that makes sense. Like, you've lost the regality in their current designs, in a few of them.
Okay. I've kind of noticed a little bit of going back to it, and I don't know if it's because they're trying to make it harder for Pakistan to boot their belts, but I have seen like WWE at least going back to a little bit more intricate designs with their World Heavyweight Championship, their new tag titles. Things are a little bit harder to mass produce over there and look better from the shop.
Triple H, isn't it? He's a bit more of a classic, because he's a wrestling fan as well. So he very much come from that generation of the belt should look expensive, not just sparkly because it's got a lot of gemstones on it.
Yeah, it shouldn't be a billboard. It shouldn't just have your logo out there. It should feel like a world championship. And I've always been one. I come from the Four Horsemen days where the title is carried prestigious. It's meant something. You fight for the title. and titles all had their worth. The TV title was just important as some of these other titles, like the Intercontinental was just as important as the world title. They were, and it seems lost in some wrestling promotions today, and I hope that kind of comes back. But I'd love to see these designs that you're doing with these TNT belts, because it makes it feel like a championship belt. It makes it feel like you're fighting something that it's worth fighting for, and it makes you feel like a champion when you have something that looks great.
It carries the class with it, though. Like, there's just class to it. Like, you hold a network logo and it's, I'm holding a toy. I'm playing with a toy like that, with the floral designs and the sunburst. It's a very classy, like, elegant thing that it should be as a champion.
They're all mass produced, is what they are, but it's produced a little bit differently. If you'd go back and watch that show after tonight, the one we'll talk about, we'll get CJ. If you stick around for the second hour, we'll get into a little bit of those questions for you. So I'm just wondering. My mind, when I see this, it's absolutely gorgeous. I can't imagine my mind. And I give you so props down to the detail of the border, folks. Look at this border that this guy is it something with the software, or do you see it in your head, or are you seeing something with the software that you're using? Like, if I combine these two, it makes it look this way, or I stack it this way, kind of like a leather guy with his stamping that plays with his stamping. I mean, how do you come up? Yeah. It's gorgeous. That's a gorgeous side plate there.
I had an idea of, I didn't want a uniform border. I wanted it to look slightly off center. That was just made up of concentric circles, which happen to cut off as the border goes around. And I really liked how it looked, so I went with it. That's how a lot of it goes. If I like it, then I'll go with it.
It's incredible.
I do a little bit of art, but I'm a little bit of a cheater though too. So like for me, like looking at the side plate, my brain goes that if I'm digitally, do you do it on iPad or
Illustrator to do the line art?
Illustrator. Do you only do like, so my brain would cheat. Like, do you only do like 50% of the side plate and then just duplicate?
Oh, 100%. You just mirror it.
Yeah, okay.
You copy and paste. Yeah.
Yep.
I don't have that much free time.
like I'm telling you, I see a lot of Reggie in some of your stuff, like this floral pattern here, and then the floral pattern kind of stops, and it I guess to me it feels like flower petals or tulip petals kind of that come out and meet, and it's beautiful how you've overlaid. It's very it's just a championship. I mean, I can't say it enough for people to understand it. It's a belt. It looks like what it's supposed to, people. Yeah. Let's stop with just these plain crappy designs. It's absolutely stunning, and I absolutely love it. And this is before we get to that one, a lot of people, because I talked to a lot of people and I said, hey, what was and a lot of people said that they loved this design too. Tell us what went into this design and how you came up with that.
This was like the beginning of the phase I've got at the moment for using the pillars.
Yeah.
And I always bring them into the center plate slightly. So that, again, the side plates will taper into the center plate if you look down the middle. There was a few things that they wanted on there. They wanted, obviously, Canadian representation on it. So you got the Canadian maps, you got the flags, you got the maple leaves in the middle. They wanted the logo to be very big and bright in the middle. But yeah, most of my designs, if you really look into them, there's a lot of symmetry. It's a bit OCD on my part, but yeah.
Oh, I love it because
the top is the same as the bottom.
Yeah. I got to, and you played off the MLP logo, but then you played off of it again in the background, giving that leaf almost like a 3-dimensional falling away. But then you didn't just say, "Oh, I'm going to make it just red like the back."
Yeah, it was originally, and it didn't look right. So,
see, we're thinking the way. Yeah, then you put the kind of like a sunburst line to it.
Yeah,
and it stood out. And then the way it, are you deciding how the paint is looking in the colors too in these, or is the belt maker when he paints it, because that black outline to that second layered one
Yeah.
was brilliant. Is brilliant.
Yeah, that would have been me, because I would have had to have put that extra layer in the file to account for that. But again, usually if you outline something in black, it makes it pop more. Like if you look at the outline of the banners on this, they're also in black on the very edge of it, so it makes them pop out even more. What you won't be able to tell off of this photo is the border that goes around all the plates is also tiny little maple leaves in there.
No crap.
Yeah,
I
there's
gotta
a
find a
lot
better-
of maple leaves on that.
It's just stunning, and your banner work again just reminds me of how it's supposed to be done, and the banners what they're supposed to. You just didn't chop in a square or into the plate. You put a flare banner to it. Ethan, is there something you wanted to go to on him when I pull up another one?
No, like on that, it just pops in that MPL. It pops, like you said, with adding the veins to that maple leaf was just spot on. Like, this is another design I love. Just the whole belt is.
This was the one with the side plate that we were just talking about, and then there you go with now. Here's the main plate, and the way you threw the globe in here with the wrestling ring in the bottom, I was like, why haven't I ever thought of that? Because that would make a kicktail logo. For somebody that had a logo,
I think it is actually that part of their logo. This was quite a while ago. Like Paul Martin, I can't put over how good Paul Martin is. Like the quality of his work is insane.
Oh yes, he's brilliant. His leather work.
What also comes with that is long waiting times. So this design was done quite a while ago, probably last year actually. At this point,
you love lions too, which I like.
Yep, it's the regal. I like the regal looking stuff.
Yes.
But if you look on there, the word "awesome" is raised again, but it's not a metal plate.
Acrylic?
That's they tried something new. They wanted to laser etch it, and they went with that on there.
That's just it's kind of like what Max is doing with some of his stuff with that light up belt. I think there's a lot of future into putting some lights into these, or to put some just
I've got some crazy ideas which I did actually discuss with Paul. It's doable, but it's weird.
Yeah.
It's
there can be so many things to where, you've won it as a first time champion, and you're putting him on the champion banner that's just changing colors on the banner, like when you're holding it up because it's a new chant, and somebody's changing it from somewhere, and it's new. It's just there's so many ideas of the next level of what belt designs can be. And I am still a traditional, but I think there's some cool things that you can pull out with the use of lights. And I know Max had done one and brilliant, but this belt was beautiful. I love that globe. I love the intricate design, and I'm not usually a 3-plate guy.
Neither am I.
But those side plates, they weren't small. They're big, and they fit to the design of it that made it feel like a bigger belt. And I absolutely loved this belt. And the globe just hits. And I loved the font that you used on Champion. Too many people will try to use the same font on different things.
To be fair, I fall into that trap sometimes.
You didn't on this one. I loved that the font you used on Champion. I thought that came out brilliant. The one that I wanted to talk about, that I swear when I saw this, I went through. I just kept saying, holy, and everybody out here is going to think maybe I'm telling you, this belt it has jumped into my top 5 design belts and I'm still figuring out what I want mine to say, but this belt has the crumb rind feel to it with a smaller belt design to it it matches so many things into one design. Now I don't want mine to have Velcro, but this belt is absolutely spectacular. And as we show more, what was your inspiration into this to make this belt?
I was quite lucky. Paul Martin's client had a very clear idea of what they wanted with it. Like they wanted it to look like another version of the Big Gold. So it was quite an easy direction to follow.
It just gives me that vibe of Crumrine and Vegas Big Gold had a baby.
Yeah.
It's and you didn't round it. You took it to a plate design that seems very similar, but it's not very similar.
Yeah.
I like the way that you can add a plate to it. It has the globe. It has the crown, which I'm a big fan of. The inlay of how you didn't go over top with, it's just a beautiful font saying open weight champion. Now mine, I don't know if I want what I want to have mine say on it. I didn't know if I wanted to play off a double drop kick or if I'm gonna, so there's gonna be some talking, and I don't know if I need to hit up you or Paul Martin or whatever, but I'm getting this belt made, and
It'll be pricey. It will be pricey.
I don't care. I don't care.
The difference with this one is it was all hand tooled. All the texturing in it was done by hand.
You mean the leather or the plates?
No, the plates themselves, where the nameplate would be. Yeah, all of that was done all by hand. That would have taken a very, very long time. Interesting.
That's okay. If he charges me $10K, I'll get him down to about 5.
Yeah.
But no, I'm getting this belt. I absolutely love this belt, and a lot of people, and probably are sitting there right now, have not noticed what is on there. And I'm going to show you here in just a second with a little bit of design here. The lions. Look at the lions, and it's stacked into holding up that globe.
Oh yeah!
I absolutely love this belt. And then your side plates, again, when we go back up to the top, your side plates, you kept the overall theme again, and you took the front and you just put the globe and the crown right on top of it. Sometimes people overthink a lot of things and overjump a lot of designs, and this design just hits and pop. Now, is this a design that you love? Is it one of your favorites? Or I just think it's a spectacular design, and it looks thick, and it looks like it's got a great amount of weight to it too.
Yeah, I definitely like it. I wouldn't say it's one of my top favorites, but I'm definitely pleased with how it all turned out on that one. Because it could have just been a rip-off of the Big Gold. That's how people could have viewed it. But no, I think it stands on its own, but you can tell it's inspired by the Big Gold.
It 100% does, and that's what I like. It pops. It has a different plate design that's not been used with the Big Gold elements, but then you put in elements that the other one doesn't have with the lions, and the way it's a fabulous belt. And then the way Paul set it off with the leather is just absolutely spectacular. Ethan, anything on this belt?
No, like I said, it reminds me of the the Crumrine and the Vegas Big Gold had a baby in it, that because it's one of my favorite belts. I don't know why, is the Vegas Big Gold, and it pops. I'd even love to see that dual plated, that hand texture. Where the hand texture is, have it silver, and that would make the lions pop even more.
You could even
add a nightmare to do.
You could.
I think there'd be a lot of swearing from Paul.
The only thing that I would think of is where that crown is to add some stones. Maybe those round parts,
the rubies,
and then the rubies on the tip top of it. So clear stones in the bottom.
The original graphic of it, there was gemstones, but they didn't want them on there, so they were removed.
Y'all are crazy. Yeah. Y'all are crazy.
You'd be surprised the amount of
because they fall out. They fall out.
Yeah, the amount of actual promotions that don't want gemstones. Like all the TNA bouts were all meant to have loads of gemstones on them, but yeah, none of them had it.
The abuse of them. Yes, it does look like that old school plastic one that had all that, and it had that design shape to it. It did. Yeah, you're right, Stone Cold. You're right. So tell us about this Triple Crown belt. A lot of people. This was another one that a lot of people, when I was talking to people, besides the TNA belts, was this one.
It's obviously based off of the old Ring of Honor world title, but that's what the client specified. That was their favorite bout. They wanted it based off of it, so that's what they got. And I want to say the side plates were based off of a Leather Rebels concept of an IWGP. I think that's what they were based from.
Did it even have the glow part to that though?
No, I want to say it was the New Japan logo. I want to say was on it. Again, this was quite a while ago that I did this one.
But I liked how you threw the globe in there with that
Yeah.
and the flare off, and it centers the other side of where you put it as for somebody that wants everything centered and everything right on the other side, for things to flow. This belt absolutely flows. And again, you did a beautiful design with the banners, and the way the two banners flow perfectly together at the bottom was another thing that I thought was spectacular. And this one doesn't have any gems either, does it? Down there at the bottom,
Top and bottom.
top and bottom,
Either
okay.
and either side on the side plates.
On the side plates,
Oh yeah, and the curves down the side of the center plate as well.
So when you're doing these belt designs and then you see it show up on TV, what emotions does it do for you inside? As somebody, do you get take? Don't give me a short answer now. I want and don't be humble about it too. I want you to be like, I want you to be, you're sitting there and you're just like, yeah, I'm so pumped
pretty
up.
much.
And there's a little bit of
Ish.
humility. But what goes in when you see this?
So the first time was it the Royal Rumble when Jordan Grace came out with the knockouts? That one, was it the Royal Rumble? What, 2 years ago? I lose track of dates. I was sat in bed because obviously in the UK the events are on very, very early technically. So that would have been like 2 a.m. My partner, she's fast asleep next to me, so I'm having to sit there, be very quiet, and then suddenly my phone explodes because there's loads of people that are messaging me saying, "Have you just seen the Royal Rumble?" So it's,
Right?
it's weird.
And
I really
so,
like them.
so you see it, and then what's the emotions going through you?
A lot of swearing mainly. I can't
Really?
repeat what it was. Oh yeah, yeah. Like because I didn't expect it. I'll hear things like, obviously I knew about the TNA rebrand, 7-8 months before it actually happened. So it's got to keep that one quiet. So I didn't know that Jordan Grace was going to walk out with that. I didn't know Hendry was going to come out at WrestleMania, because I would never in a million years guess that a title I designed would come out at WrestleMania. I thought it might have been weird that he wasn't there because of the partnership, but I didn't think he would be going against Randy Orton.
Yeah, and then is there like a moment where you sit back and like, a belt I just designed just walked and entered was at WrestleMania?
Yeah, it's really, it's an odd thing to try and grasp, because I think I'm in the UK,
right? And so go ahead and explain what you're saying there. That
this sounds really, I don't want to say humble. I'm just a guy from the UK that draws pictures of belts, for a pretend sport that isn't necessarily pretend. So it's weird finding the biggest possible company having your title come out on their biggest show of the year. So it's really hard to put into words. It's very weird for me. That's the easiest way I can describe it.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing, because I get that you're like, I'm just a guy from the UK who loves designing belts, and here I have found my way into using something that I'm great at, I got a skill at, and it's made its way to there. I think anybody that's maybe famous or a wrestler or whatever they do in life, or played ball or have done whatever, makes their way to the top of their profession or whatever. And as a belt designer, you've made it to the top of your profession of what you do. And especially when you can't get any better than your belt being at WrestleMania in a ring with millions, hundreds of millions of people viewing that. And at some point over time, there will be the views will be even higher than that. and forever you're leaving a legacy that people are going to view when you're well gone.
Yeah, it's very, like I say, weird.
Well, and I'm sure you grew up, like you said, you're the artistic one of your friend group. I'm sure you grew up probably just drawing and other things like that.
Yeah, doodling mainly. I used to do a lot of hand drawing, but as I've got older, my hands have got a bit shakier, so I find it a bit harder to do that now.
And you know, I understand the feeling of you just feeling blown away because you're like, that's WrestleMania. That's my belt.
Yeah.
Over something I just did I used to do as a hobby. Now I'm doing it in a way where nobody ever thought imaginable.
Yeah. Like if I
that's
said
awesome.
to my mates,
that's a dream. It's the boyhood dream.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get him, Keith. Get him, Keith. Yeah, I mean, and that's the great thing with wrestling and belts is, and if everybody liked the same thing, I think it'd kind of be boring. I mean, I think you know that old adage, if you get in the room and everybody agrees with you and you all think the same thing and you're in the wrong room. You got to get out, and everybody would change this and everybody would change that, and we all have those designs, and it's great because if you didn't think differently from other designers, we wouldn't have this belt that we're looking at now. Yeah. That is an absolute fantastic belt. It's the best world title TNA has ever had, and you designed it. And for forever to come, your children, your grandchildren are going to look at it and be like,
no,
not
a fan of kids.
No, you're not saying, oh man, right. you gotta have some lineage. You got to leave him some with him. No, he's taking it all with him. All right, kids. No, well, that's okay. You can leave us to us. But the belt that are sitting beside you, can you show us some of the belts that you've got behind us and show them on screen?
I've only got one with me, which is my international.
Tell us about that. And God, that's such a gorgeous belt. And tell us,
really
tell us why you love that belt. And did you design for it to go on that color strap?
No, I didn't know it was going to be on this color strap until I saw the finished pictures of the belt.
So you just all your stuff is on the design mainly, right?
Yeah. I'm a bit more of a classic guy with the straps. I like a black strap. I think it looks better than, especially white. I'm not a fan of white straps. They degrade way too quickly and look really grubby very, very quickly. I was quite surprised to see that. I saw that probably 3 months or so before it debuted. And I didn't like the strap originally, but I actually really like the belt now. I've loved the design of it, but the leather I wasn't a big fan of.
Right. So when you get everything done and you're squared away, before you send it away, do you look at a design for a couple of days before you say I'm done with it, to see how it affects your emotions through a couple of days? Like what we were talking about. I don't know if we got off on a little bit. Say you get your design. Do you how you make something, or how like my wife will decorate a room or something, and she'll look at it for a couple of days before she says, yeah, that's good. Do you do the same thing with the belts when you're done with designing it?
Kind of. If the problem with Zebros, I say the problem, he's based in the States, so there's always that time difference. So I don't have the luxury really of designing it, sleeping on it overnight. Then that's sort of 12 hours, 24 hours lost that any amendments could be made. So I'll do a base design. I'll get an idea of what it is they're looking for. Like they wanted dual plating. They wanted 5 plates. There wasn't really many restrictions on what to have on it. They just wanted to make sure there was flags because obviously the international vibe. So I do a base design. I sent that over to Zebros. He then sends it on to his contacts. They can say, oh, no, change this, change that. I think the belt originally was going to be closer in width to the oval intercontinental. It was going to be a wider belt originally. But then we wanted it a bit narrower. But yeah.
So So you say you lose designs because of where he is, because he's in the States, and you lose. Whoops! I just kicked him off the daggone screen. Let's get him back up here. There he goes.
I wouldn't say lose designs. It's more of designing time, because each bout can take me sort of 8 hours to design if it's overly detailed. But in the time of I've done the design, I'm going to send it to him now. That way, if I'm then going to sleep, I'm asleep, I can't do any amendments. So that gives him then that time to see the image, get it over to his guys, get them to approve it or ask, send it back to me, and then I can go again. Whereas if I'm sat on it, I'm losing time of doing the designs, because I can be doing 30, 40 designs a month sometimes. So it's
Wow.
I need to be efficient, should I say?
Is this your full-time job?
Oh no.
Or do you? So this is just a passion side project and something. So this is not.
Yep.
So that's a lot of time and effort. Delved in. If you want, I mean, I'll pretend I'm Zebros. I'm up till 3, 4, 5 in the morning. You can message me.
I
and I'll
don't
be
want
like,
to. I don't want to be up to 3, 4, 5 in the morning.
Yeah, but when you're sending a message and you're waiting for them because you don't want them to get up, or whatever, just message it to me, and I'll be like, yeah, it's okay. Ethan will be like, yeah, it's okay. Go with it. Roll with it. Whatever you think. All right.
That's the problem when there's a chain of people that you need to ask in bigger companies like TNA. Someone has to ask someone who has to ask someone. So there's a lot of that.
Right. So they go in there and they say yes, or change this, or tweak that, or tweak this. And then as a belt designer, be like, okay, well, that was just $250 out the door, and there was another $250 out the door.
There has been scenarios like that. Where
I can imagine. Yeah. If you're not, we get it all down to crunch and this, that, and the other. And then I imagine, you're getting it down. Has there been somebody that changed it right the last very minute? And
there's only been one person that I've refused to do a design for in the years that I've been doing it. That was only because they knew that I had a lot going on design wise. And I had, they essentially sent over the brief. I was like, fine, that's fine. I'll put all the details down. I know what I'm doing. And then literally it'll be every hour. Oh no, can you do this instead? Oh no, actually, can you do this instead? So they kept repeatedly changing it over the course of 5 days. And I was away. So I'm like, look, I need breathing space. I'm taking a week to go away for a few days, me and my partner. I will contact you when I'm back and when I'm ready to do the design. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Hour later, messaging. Oh, actually, no, can you change this? I'm sorry I'm bothering you, but can you change this? It's like, you know what? This obviously isn't going to work. Here's your money back. Thank you very much, but no, thank you.
I respect that. I respect
the only person I had to do that to.
Yeah, I respect that, and boo to whoever that was. When somebody says, "Hey, give me stop means stop," let it go.
It's either that or people that have stole my designs and said that it's theirs. I've had that a few times.
How do you feel? How do you feel of that when your design is out there and you see your design get boots? How does that make you feel?
Part of me, it feels like it cheapens what I've done. So, like you're looking at the Paul Martin's belts. If you look at the quality of the etch on that compared to the quality of the etch on any sort of boot that you get online, it's night and day. That's
right, because you're seeing it being the quality of the work diminished by bad etching, bad acid, and Is there any form of flattery? Like, I'm flattered, and you're trying to make my belt, but you're doing a crappy job of it.
Yeah, that bit I get. Like, I knew doing the TNA bouts that they're going to get bootlegged, and I don't know how people can get it. They're never 100% accurate. There's way too much detail in there, and there's things that intentionally in there to get the drop on people. And I don't get how people can get a 90% accurate design that they've had to redraw in a very short amount of time. But then it's the thing that does annoy me is the ones that will. There's a design that I saw it not long ago. Actually, it was in a belt group on Facebook. It was a concept that I've done for myself. It's a concept belt for the promotion that I co-founded. there's only one person that has seen the belt, which was my maker that I went to. And somehow that has now spread. And I saw another person posted up my exact same design, just with a different logo on it. And it was a completely different maker. So I asked in the belt group, oh, where did you get it? I designed it. I was like, no, you didn't. I designed it. Where did you get it? No, I drew this. It's like, no, you didn't. I have the original source file from about 3 months ago.
Can you let us know who that is so that we can put them on blast here? Do you know who that is, or who
you might have to give me a few moments to see if I can. Find
you can send it to me in a couple of days or whatever. Whenever you have time to find it, please, because we love blasting out people that kind of scam and lie. We don't.
And there's so many belt makers that are intertangled that people don't understand too.
Oh yeah. Let me see. Right. I might be able to find out for you now because Ethan, there we go. MA Championship belts. I've been banned from the group, so I can't even see the post anymore.
MA Championship belts. Everybody in there that you're watching.
Why have I heard of that?
MA Championship belts. MA Championship belts. M is in Mary, A is in Apple. Championship
there's a dot between the M and the A.
MA, so it's somebody's name. MA Championship belt. M.A. Championship belts.
No second dot.
Okay, M.A. Championship belts. You guys,
Muhammad Ali and Serge Moore are the admins and moderators.
Oh, so you guys can go. Yeah.
Yeah, he wouldn't have it, so then he banned me. But it's not the only one. JB Toys.
Oh, JB Toys has done this to you too.
Yep. The House of Glory tag belts. They he's
now did you meaning booted, or are you talking about that they said that they designed it?
I don't know. He's banned me. He's blocked me from speaking to him on Instagram, and I used to do work with him because we did the Rated R belt together for Edge.
This is the who again?
JB Toys.
JB Toys. Okay.
Yeah, if you're in bout collecting, you'll know who he is, and he doesn't have a good reputation, unfortunately.
He was the one that threatened.
Cardona and all that.
He does have a bad. Yeah, he does have a bad reputation.
So it was. I knew it was my design that he used because it was a concept design I did as my interpretation of AEW's world title. Before AEW was properly a thing, it was as they called it, a t-shirt company at that point. And I saw that, and I called him out on it, and he didn't respond, but just blocked me on everything. So it's like, cool.
That was crappy. Crappy.
It happens.
If you're in this business, any business, somebody's going to steal something, somebody's going to copyright that. But I can sort of kind of understand with this business that somebody's going to boot something. But when they're saying that no, they designed that, that's a whole other thing. Kind of like with the Reggie stamp situation, when you're stamping it a maker's mark saying crafted by Reggie, but you've gone way too far in this, that, and the other.
Yeah, that point is counterfeit because you're intentionally trying to mislead as it's something else.
It's identity theft.
It adds an extra zero on the price tag. So, it's not right.
I want everybody to go check out your Instagram. Make sure that you're following on Instagram. It's Hellfire _ designs, HELLFIRE _ designs, DESIGNS. Make sure you go following him on that. You are on Facebook, but I noticed you don't update your Facebook as much as you do.
I'm so bad at updating Facebook.
I think your 2023 was the last one.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it's really bad. I need to pull my finger out.
So what's the best place for people to find you? Is it Instagram?
Instagram. I post fairly regularly on Instagram. I'm trying to actively post more of the stuff. Probably what I post is maybe 20% of what I actually do. So there's a lot in my back catalog that I should post.
And then for the designs, other stuff, because you design stuff like logos and other type things. I think you did the one for All Elite Bells, so you do that kind of work and that kind of stuff too. So people can hit you up.
I can do it. It depends on my workload that I have with the bouts.
Okay. But on
I'm
your
better
on
at
your
designing belts than I am logos, essentially. So
right, right. So, but you are available on there, and it has got your email on there,
there's
info at Hellfire
email,
Designs,
DMs, yeah,
where
message
you
me.
can message you there, and this, that, and the other. And you prefer message you through there rather than messaging your personal account on Facebook, or
Oh
either
yeah,
way?
definitely. Yeah, I'll be honest. I very rarely use Facebook, so it is much easier to do it on Instagram because I check it on my phone. So I could pay more attention to it.
All right. Ethan, you got anything else before we let him go?
No, I continue to do the work you're doing because your designs are phenomenal. They're classic, and I think we need to continue that and keep that into wrestling.
Yeah.
Yes, keep that. I think everybody out there, and also thank him for coming on. Those DDK chats for him, but everybody's got. For me, I would say yes. Keep the designs where you're doing. You tell people, look, these are what people want. They want those old classic designs work. They don't want something that's just a billboard. They want that. I think you're talentedly gifted. We wish you much more success. For me, I think it would be so humbling and so inspiring, and I'm pretty sure your family and your friends and your parents, if they're still with us, that they're so proud of what you're able to accomplish, because what you've done is something that's world renowned famous. Everybody may not know who did that, but you do, and the more that it gets out there, the more they'll know who did that. And hit up Hellfire Designs. Did you got anything that's coming up that people should know about, or some new designs that are in the work for some companies to keep a hold of and stay on Instagram to watch because something new's coming out?
Things that I can't talk about. there's a
Oh,
couple,
we won't
but
tell
yeah.
nobody. There's nobody
Yeah,
watching.
no, not at all.
We got negative 12 viewers right now. Negative 12.
Yeah,
We're negative
no.
12.
Unfortunately,
But-
nothing
but-
for WWE, but yeah,
Okay,
that would
but
be the ideal.
but there is something out there working, and soon you're.
Yeah, there's a couple
it'll
of
be
bits. Yeah,
so keeping
as far as I
right.
know, is still happening. So
Yeah. We'll announce the double drop kick the national heavyweight championship belt here. We'll announce that soon. The 214 said, "What is your inspiration for the design you create for your customers?"
it depends on what the customer's after. If it's something to use in the game, I can have a bit more fun with it, and it doesn't need to be too strict because it doesn't need to be blown up to a big physical bout.
Right.
If it's going to be used on TV, you need to make sure the logo is very obviously there.
Right. We got a couple of people that just said that they were starting following. I see it all in the chat that today we're following them. So that'll work on that. But we're going to let you get out of here. Hopefully you can get some rest, and hopefully tomorrow will be a cooler day. Thank you so much.
It's going to be the same temperature again, and it's not going to be fun.
And you have no AC because it's not regularly something that's over there, huh?
We have got a couple of portable aircon units, and it's definitely helped today. But I'm not sat in my kitchen. I'm sat at my day job, which is kitchens and bathrooms, which is why there's a bathroom sink just here. I don't have a bathroom in my kitchen. So this gets very hot in here.
What also helps us when hurricanes go out, if you have big blocks, those big blocks that you put in your coolers that freeze, if you will take one and sit it in front of your fan and let the fan blow it, that cool.
I've tried that, but it's so humid here, it melts.
Well, yeah, it's going to melt in a little bit, but at least it'll give you a couple cool minutes of air or something to fall asleep on, because that has worked for us when the power's gone out.
Yeah.
But anyway, we thank you so much for taking the time to do it and staying up to do that. We appreciate that. We wish you much more success, and we can't wait to see what Hellfire Designs keeps kicking out there. And we'll hope you'll get some heat relief from there too. But congratulations on all your success.
Thank you.
Your work is absolutely beautiful, and we admire it here.
Happy birthday!
By the way, there it is.
Oh yeah.
There it is.
Getting old.
I don't have the song thing, but there it is. And for the comments, and he is now 91 years of age, so he looks good for 91. I think the heat has done that to them.
Yeah. To be fair, my partner just commented saying happy birthday as well.
There you go. Y'all go celebrate your day. And thank you so much for coming on Double Dropkick Podcast. And we support you, and we thank so much. And if there's anything that we can promote or do for you, don't feel free to do feel free to reach out to us and let us know anything that we can do for you. But thanks so much for coming on, man. And you have a great night. Okay, buddy?
Good. Cool.
Greg from Hellfire
Thank you, sir.
Design. Thanks, buddy. Thanks so much, man. How cool is that? Really cool guy. Brilliant mind, brilliant designs. I just love his work, and especially that whole
it's just classy. His ribbon work, along with the globe work and the floral designs, they just flow.
Yep.
But the ribbon work is so good.
Yeah, he has a lot of Reggie to him, and then he has a lot of his own style that you can see in there. But when I say the Reggie thing is that you can see that he understands the thing, and that's why I wanted to get him on here. He understands that it's got to look like something you're fighting for. It's got to look like something that's worth it. It's not a prop. Stop treating it. I know it is a prop, but stop treating it like that. And he understands that it has to be a prop. So we're appreciative of him coming on, and go check him out at Hellfire_designs on Instagram. Give him a follow. Support the guys that do good in this hobby and are the good people in that hobby, and give him a follow and support him. And then tell him, hey, when you do, we saw your interview on Double Dropkick and it was awesome. And thanks for coming on. So we appreciate to him. But now we're going to get on to some others. Yeah, he does some absolutely beautiful designs. And I'm just astounded at some of the stuff that he does. My mind, I can't believe where he gets all of the little notions that he gets, but it's kind of cool. But let's move on to, we got about less than 20 minutes before the start, or 30 minutes, a little over 30 minutes before the start of Saturday night's main event. So we got about 15, 20 minutes left in the show. So let's kick off the second half and hit these topics that I wanted to get to too. So, as you know, every week we do this picture of the week. So, producer or Ethan, yell it. We got to what?
Roll it.
And then we had somebody late that wants to sell a belt that we'll also show that too, but we'll get into that. But the picture of the week this week comes to us from a guy that I think everybody knows. If you don't know him, you got to go check him out on Instagram. The picture of the week this week comes from Mr. King Cole. Beautiful shot with the Gunther plates on there. Look at the shadows. Look at the lighting. That's what I'm talking about with people. And all he did was sit it on his railing, waited for the sun to hit it right. Spectacular picture. This is what we're looking for in pictures of the week. And what do you think of this picture, Ethan?
Phenomenal. I mean, as of late, though, Gunther's had a little bit of a rough streak, but, you know, phenomenal picture. Classy belt. Like you said, and it's a simple background, not rocket science, but it works.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you're right, Christopher. The way they carried their belts, they carried them on. And there was an interview a long time ago that Tully said that they would tell the wrestlers, you do not wear the belt unless you're on the way to the ring. You carry it, and you carry it with prestige, because it's worth fighting for. And you carry the prestige on the title. It makes it when you're fighting for it that much more important and brings attention to the storyline. But King Coley, go ahead and follow him on Instagram. He's a great guy. He does some cool stuff. On Tuesday nights, he has a little show, I think 6 or 7 p.m. They get together and they talk belts. He has Title Tuesday. Great, positive person in the hobby too. So go over there and follow him on Instagram. He is a pretty cool guy. He's been on the show. Check out that interview too. But King Coley, we thank you for the picture of the week.
Oh, yeah! Beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful belt. Everybody, remember, Retromania Wrestling right now is 80% off on everything but the Xbox store right now. I think it's PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, and on Steam, 80% off. And remember, their new DLC is coming September 13th, and they just announced their mystery guest. We had the Rock and Roll Express, Magnum TA. We had that in there, and then they announced who their new guy was, and it is Macho Man Randy Savage. How awesome was that?
Phenomenal. Love the character too. They did a good job on the artwork.
Yeah, absolutely spectacular. He looks great in there. There's a couple of shots. You got to go to Retromania Wrestling and follow them on Instagram, on X. They are also on Patreon, Reddit, all their socials. Check them out. Retromania Wrestling, Retromania Studios. We just had him on last week. He was an incredible guest. He gave away some codes. We'll have some more codes away to give away when we do our 4,000 sub thank you show. But the mystery wrestler has been revealed, and it is Macho Man Randy Savage. That is a pretty daggone big get for them. That was incredible. So congratulations to them for getting that on there. Great job. The other thing that I wanted to mention on here, as you guys know, we've worked very, very hard at doing Double Dropkick Podcast and what we've all created here and the things we're doing. So now we've got a little announcement for you. So the announcement that we've got is we partnered up with a new podcast, and this is the announcement on that if you missed it on their show. So that is right. It is official. It is official. Spanning the Globe is now a part of the DAV network. We are so happy to have them on board. It's going to create more opportunities and more things that you will see coming down the road, which is very, very cool. You will also see some other things that we are going to be doing with them. But as you know, we wanted to announce that tonight. They announced it on their show this past Thursday night. So from all of us at the DAV Network, we welcome Spanning the Globe and this partnership. And we welcome Mark, Richard, Andy, Ben, and who was our other host? I'm so sorry.
Lane?
Yeah. He appears on the show from time to time, but we're so ecstatic to have them on there, this network, and there's going to be new things coming down the pipeline. So again, we welcome Spanning the Globe podcast. Throw those DDKs up there. Let them all know that they're welcomed into the family, and we're so appreciative to have them in there. And that is not the only thing that is coming to the DAV network. We have some other cool things that are lined up and in the works. And one of them is here that we're sharing. That is another announcement here tonight. That the very brand new thing that we want to show you right now, that I want you to go over to the DAV_network on YouTube. and subscribe there. There are going to be more shows, more things, more review content, more other content coming all specifically to this particular channel. That's DAV_network. It is under construction right now. You can still sub to it. So please, everybody, go over there and give it a sub. This is where we are announcing here today that we have a brand new show coming to that network, and it is The Broadcast. The Broadcast. That's right. Give it up. Give it up. Give it up. Give it up for him. Give it up. Give it up. Give it up. The Broadcast is a brand new show that is coming to the DAV network, and it'll be on that channel, DAV_network. And this show is all about bro things, guy things, man things. It'll have sports, men's mental health, and things that are all lifestyle about men and good things, good chats, good fun things. It is going to have 4 hosts on the show. They will all do fun things, and we're going to set the announcement for that of who's going to be the host on that show. We're going to save that for that announcement on August, but you'll want to get on to that, and you want to get shows, and we'll tell you the date and time that show will be on. It'll be I think it's an hour show, right?
Yes, sir.
It'll be an hour show. It'll be all things men. So they'll be talking about men's sports, men's mental health, and all things men topics and things like that you might have that you're going through. Get some frustrations out or anything like that. But it's all about the bros, and we welcome the Broadcast to the DAV network. So we are very, 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 very excited about that. That is going to be awesome. So everybody make sure that you go over there and do that. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. And we thank you. We were happy to have you aboard. And me and Mark will have some later announcements. What more is going to be on that DAV channel through this partnership. Must spank the globe. There you go. But Andy, we are excited to have you guys, the partnership with you guys. It's something that we've been working on behind the scenes, something that was coming down the road, and we've waited and worked, and now we're excited to have them a part of the family. They are the crew. So we are going to make sure that we get their subscriber count up. So you've got to go, and I'm asking everybody that's watched or has watched, or all our subscribers that watch in the future, got to go over to Wide World of Belts YouTube page. That's where this is located. Or you can type in Spanning the Globe podcast. Go over there, subscribe to them. Once they get to 500, they're a little over halfway there, or I think halfway there. They are going to give away a Winged Eagle belt on American leather. So you want to make sure that you do that. They are a part of the DAV network, and we welcome them. And we're so excited about that partnership. That's right, Christopher. And what do you think about this and all that's been announced tonight there, Ethan?
Dude, phenomenal. Phenomenal. I mean, Mark, Andy, those guys are phenomenal people, do a great job. They work real hard on their show. You know, they're trying to bring the good stuff to the hobby. The Broadcast is something it's gonna be my baby, and it's something that I want to do, and I'm excited to do. And you know, just more of, you know, we have a lot of hobby shows, and the hobby shows are phenomenal. This is just going to be, we're just going to broaden the horizons. This is going to be, we're rolling into, hey, I'll allow it. But, you know, just something, you know, we're rolling into football season coming up. We got, you know, everything, you know, we got guys that just need a vent. We got guys that just, you know, don't, you know, we're a culture of people that don't really know how to talk or how to anything like that, and we just want to put it out there to have a space, have a show for guys, and so it's gonna be phenomenal. That
is it in the chat. I just stuck it underneath there in the chat. If you are wondering where exactly to go on YouTube to find that channel where it is going to be on. There it is at DAV_network on YouTube. That's where you'll find it. That's where you want to be subscribed. That's where content that'll also be being put on there from Spanning the Globe, which we'll announce more of. Double Dropkick will be putting more info on there. Broadcast Show will be on there, and there's going to be some more surprising announcements coming in August of what's ahead.
And remember with Broadcast, man, we're going movies, we're going pop culture, we're going TikTok, we're doing it all. So we're not going to leave a stone uncovered.
And it'll still be family friendly, and it'll be a lot of fun.
We'll keep the curse words. We'll keep the curse words down.
And well, that's a must. All the contracts say that. But it's going to have 4 great guys on there, and we'll announce that who's on there. But Ethan will be the host of that show, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be cool. It's going to be a great time, drama free, but but discussing men topics and men mental health, helping you with anything that you're doing. If there's other things that you have that you want to get off your chest, and be sports talk, a lot of good sports talk, some gaming, some fun stuff. This is where we will do showing some of the little gaming stuff that we're doing. Going to put together a little crew of bros nights where we get together we share our accounts on whatever platform we play, and we all go play a game together. We'll film it. Some of the excerpts will be shown on the broadcast too. It's going to be all about that. So it's going to be just a great, great time. And I'm so excited we've worked very, very, I've worked very, very hard. Ethan's worked very, very hard. Hammer's worked very, very hard to get the DAV network going. And once we got Double Dropkick up off the ground, we knew it was time to now pull up what we wanted and the goals that we wanted for DAV network. And I sincerely mean this from the bottom of my heart, that none of this would be possible without each and every one of you guys that subscribe, that support the show, that send messages, that do all those things. And I thank you so very much for supporting the show and all that you do. And it's greatly, greatly appreciative. And it means the world to us.
And ultimately, we're a group of guys that are friends, that are having a good time, that have things we want to share, information we want to share, with hobbies we want to share, and all these things we want to share. And what we're trying to do is we're just trying to share that in a good, clean manner with people that we enjoy. We have some. I'll say it. We have the best watchers, viewers that show up every week and participate, and there's nothing more we could ask for. We're greatly appreciative of every single one. We know we're not a this YouTube conglomerate with 10 million views a day, or that's not what we're after. What we're after is we're just wanting to bring quality content,
quality,
not
to be
halfway decent individuals in the process.
Thank you, Stone Cold, for being a part of it from day one. Many of you have been part of it from day one, and we thank you so much. And I support you. And when you want to promote something, or when you have an opening, all you got to do is contact us, and we'll do it. I'm not saying that we have some 10 million reach, but 4,000 subs, we'll get as much help as we can out there, and eyes on something that's a passion project that you want to do. But we do have this couple things to get to before we got to get out of here. Something for sale. This is being for sale by Vinny Carquito. He has this belt that is available for sale right now, and I'm going to tell you about the details in just a little bit. As you can see, it is the classic red logo Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship belt. As you can see, it's right there, and I can tell you the specifics of it right now. It is the Selling the Brasso, he calls it. From that is the Brasso version of it. Jamal, Jamil, is the maker, and it's $225 shipped. $225 shipped, and that figure is included. Oh yeah! How about that? $225 shipped, that Brasso by Jamil. It includes the Tito Santana figure. That is incredible. That is included as a bonus with it. So make sure you jump on that. That's a heck of a deal to get a figure. I mean, you're getting a $25 figure And so you're getting the belt for 25 and the shipping, which usually costs, $25-$30 now to ship a belt. You're getting a very, very cheap belt. So go on there, jump on that. Vinny Carquito, hit him up. He had a belt for sale, so we want to make sure that we get that belt sold for him. Ethan, you still have a belt for sale that Hammer over at Hammer Reviews is going to have on his channel, so make sure you stay up on him. Tell the details real quickly, 10 seconds about the belt that you have that he's reviewing.
And HD NWA Nawaz on Nawaz leather, fantastic acid etched belt, has the Jim Crow logo plate on it. Beautiful, beautiful belt. Just, is one of the stunning belts as they can come. And then I still have a Nawaz HD all gold winged eagle on AJ Gittins leather, also for sale. $650 for the winged eagle, $600 for the NWA United States.
No problem, Eddie. Anytime. We'll help out every way we can. Glad that I was able to sneak that in there. A couple little things. Now we got one little thing we got to get to here. As you know, we got some people still trying to scam and do some fake stuff. And that's not. Yep. Scam alert time. And as you see, that scammer's trying to hack our network, so we got to get up there before he hacks this network. But this is it right here, as you're seeing it here. It is one of these makers again are stamping the JMAR, the maker stamp in there. This was done by Royal Belts. It is very poorly done, so I hope nobody would. But again, people don't understand that there's people new in the hobby that don't understand that. They hear JMAR was this, and then they see it, and maybe I'm getting it, or don't know what the worth is, or they think they're getting something. Not everybody knows what to look for and what the cost should be. There's always new people in here. But Royal Belts for doing this. Ethan, did you want to say anything about them doing this?
Surprised the Lukeman. I used to talk to him a lot, and it's a shame that he's doing this. And like you said, it's bad. It's badly made, but again, there's so many new people in the hobby that you just don't want to run the risk of. Just question everything from now. Honestly, when it comes to an authentic belt, question everything.
Yeah, and if you don't know, ask. Post it in a group. Stop trying to be 50 groups. Stay in those good groups that we tell you guys a lot about. Wide World Belts. Love those wrestling belts. Big Boys belts. Championship Belt Brothers. Inner Circle. Wrestling Collectibles Empire. Big Boys Belts with a Z. 80 Terry's group. The wrestling group. And there's a couple others, but you got to stay to some of these groups and don't go to all these other ones that have nothing but scammers that are involved with them, that deal with them all. But shame on you, Royal Belts, for doing this. I hope you take this off, that you don't do it again, and then you that you don't stop, Keith. I'm trying to do a show. That you don't. Them two are they're hilarious. We need a Keith and O'Keefe show. Yeah. Jammer. Well, I get you, but we want to keep it in. And again, people don't know and understand what quality can be, or what it is, or maybe what it isn't. And we hope that he stops that and doesn't do it. The other thing that I wanted to show off is when Robert Gibson became a tag team champion, he had a special bracelet made. And I learned this, I heard about this probably last year, but I'd never seen a picture of it. And Robert Gibson was kind enough to give a picture of this bracelet that he made when they became tag team champions in the NWA. And this is pretty bad. Check out this bracelet here. Is this not killer? It has got his initials in it. It is plated off of kind of the wrestling design. It's a little bit of the not the ones that they first won with the Russians, but the second version of it. It's a little bit played off of that was made in the 80s, off that Reggie kind of design. It's got, I think it was almost 90 diamonds in it. This bracelet, it's absolutely spectacular. I love this. I wanted to show it off. What do you think of that? How cool is that?
That's cool, man. But I'm sitting here thinking, like, man, I get that with the Rolex logo in the middle. I'm be pretty badass. I had to. No, phenomenal. I love the nugget.
Yep.
What do you call it? The not the bracelet.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you.
The wristband.
Yeah. It's just, I love it. I love how it looks, and it's got his initials in it. It was really cool. He made that to honor and that he still kept it all these years. He never did anything so he obviously loves it. I was stoked to get a picture of this and see it for the first time. Ben Walker, you do a great job. You make Spanning the Globe, but that much better with all the guys on there too. You guys do a phenomenal job. We welcome you to the Dab Network too. We thank you for always supporting this show. And please, everybody, say a prayer for Ben's health. As you know, he has some health issues going on. So say a prayer for him and all the things that he goes to. Just send him a message. Hey, man, saying a prayer for you today. And that's it. You ain't got to get personal unless he wants to share it. But, thank Ben for all that you do. And Mark Maggard and Richard and Andy and Lane.
And in 2025, that bracelet's going to be expensive with the price of gold.
Yeah, with the gold now. I mean, he probably got it when but it is. But I thought it was absolutely phenomenal. I loved that, and I wanted to share it with you guys. And the last thing that I wanted to show before we get out of here, we got just a couple minutes left. I wanted to show this because I was. This figure that came out that's going to be released by that's not it. There it is. Nope, got to remove that one. There we go. Boom. Ringside Collectibles, the Flair figure. Does anybody see anything with it? Is it just me or something a little odd with the figure that just doesn't?
His face looks like he got a surprise in prison. I know he's doing the ooh, but it looks more prison ooh.
It was that the face just the hair spectacular, whatever, but the face just didn't.
The nose is so. It really does. Like Gianni.
I don't know why they approved that. It was a fabulous looking figure till they got to the eyebrows and the mouth and
the nose. The nose is terrible.
Oh my God.
Mark ain't lying.
But it looked. I mean, look from the side. It looks great. The hair does. I love the tights and everything. That looks great.
Well, and but then, no, even the tights. The tights look like he's wearing a diaper. If you look on the side view. It looks like he's wearing a diaper.
Well, I mean, I could.
Well, I mean, if it's 2025 Ric Flair, maybe, but
yeah, and I like the robe. I like the robe they had with it, but I just couldn't get over the face. I don't understand it. Maybe it'll come looking different. Has anybody? This is the first time I had heard of this or saw it. Show me your O face.
Well, I mean. I don't know if
exactly.
I don't know if it's that looks.
That's completely different looking.
Yeah.
It's that the look at the top of the he's opening his mouth there and woo. This I don't know what that ridge is on the top of his lips there.
It makes him look like he has no teeth. He's got the no teeth ooh.
Yes, that's the 83 robe. The robe, yeah. But his hair, spot on. I liked everything else about it. I love the boots. I loved this robe. It was just I saw it and when I saw it, it was Chris Rain's favorite. What in the world, Reginald? What's up, buddy? How you doing, man? I hope denture job. Yes, it does. It looks like somebody took out their dentures and then did it. Exact. Comment of the day. Oh yeah, you got it.
I get more like Anna Nicole Smith vibes than I do Ric Flair.
Oh.
I'm just saying.
I'm not wrong. It's not just me, right? It's not me.
No,
right?
no, it's off.
Okay. I did it, and that's a shame. They don't usually do that. And lastly, before we get out of here, who's winning the matches tonight? Quickly give it out, everybody. We got the match. I still think Gunther. If they bury Gunther tonight and let this fool of an overrated wrestler win, you're burying him. You made him lose to an old man, and then you made him use the 5-foot yeet boy. I don't know what's going to happen with. I'm hoping LA Knight gets a bit of a big win. I think he wins. I'm gonna call LA Knight on that one. I think Yeet Boy doesn't win. I think he retains the United States Championship on that one. And I don't think Orton wins this match either, because it seems like every big match. What's his name here? In the match with Orton, what's his name? Ethan.
Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, it seems like he always loses a big match. So what are you guys thinking? Who's winning this match?
Well, I believe isn't Jolly Roll in the corner of Randy Orton tonight?
I'm muted. Am I muted? It doesn't say that.
No, I hear you.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking. I think Goldberg wins and cashes in.
That you're burying Gunther, who could. Never mind, my bad. No problem. Jim. Appreciate it. Thanks for looking out. Go over it, and then everybody's saying that, but what does that do for Gunther though? That's a guy that could carry you for 10 years.
But the thing is, they haven't cared. They let Jey Uso choke out Gunther, and that was the final bury to me. That was when they were just done with Gunther, when Jey Uso submits Gunther by a chokehold. Done. So what's a Goldberg spear tonight?
They're burying Gunther if they don't. Yeah.
Over under chat. How many spears? How many spears is Goldberg throwing tonight?
Oh God. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Going 5.
You're right. You're right. That would be it. Yep. TKO to WWE. That's right. Ethan, my man, we've had a great show tonight. Thanks again to Greg Tooke from Hellfire Designs for coming on and all the spectacular things. Thanks again to Spanning the Globe podcast and being a part of the family. Broadcast now part of the family. Got to check out all those great things. Me and Ethan are going to say good night to you at the same time. We hope everybody has a great night. Enjoy Saturday night's main events. Still watch it because it still gives a great nostalgic view to everything. We loved everybody that supported this show. Make sure you subscribe to both those channels. Dav_network. Great things to come. We're going to see you next week as we're going to have another great show next week. Figure Kingdom on the program right here. Great guy takes some spectacular pictures. Don't want to miss that show. We're going to have a whole lot of fun with that. Ethan, did you have anything before we get out of here?
No. Hey, everybody have a good Saturday night. Enjoy your families, enjoy yourself, enjoy some wrestling, have some dinner, have a good night.
That's it. Throw up those DDKs, say good night to everybody. Remember, stay safe, stay humble, and we'll see you right back here next Saturday night at 8 p.m. on Double Drop Kick Podcast. Good night, everybody.
Yeah.